Hello, friends, and welcome to another very quick garden walkthrough. So, I'm starting off with the seedlings over here, which are doing really well. I have some courgettes, some kale, some purple sprouting broccoli, which should be planted out very soon. The tulips were doing really well. These are the late tulips, and these ones are King's Blood. Most of my early and mid tulips are now completely gone. And over to the east side of the garden, I have some lilac trees that are in beautiful bloom. And we're having them much earlier this year, but it's still a lovely sight to see. Whilst the pond itself is bubbling and bursting forth with a lot of lovely little tadpoles. And I was very happy to see that around the pond, some of the hardy geraniums that I've planted to cover over the pipes are doing really quite well with the lovely pops of pink. And we have this wonderful Maygold, which is a climbing rose. It's actually our neighbors, but it always climbs over the trees and over the boundary fence, so we get to enjoy it. And it's lovely against the evergreen of the Mahonia, which is the one that has the blueberries. So the Maygold is one of the earliest blooming roses that we have here in the north of England. And over here we've got the Chinese rose, Rosa mutabilis, which is a lovely flower that starts off hot pink and fades to a blue. And then we have this heirloom variety. I believe it's called Queen Elizabeth. It's our neighbors, but it also clambers over onto our side. So this section is turning out to be really lovely with the purples of the alliums that I planted out last autumn. The alliums are a mix of Globe Ambassador and Christobel, and they're coming along quite beautifully, as well as some flag irises. So this section, the purple coloring is working quite well. I have the Mole's Ball Erysimum, and right next to it is a Guam, which is called Totally Tangerine, and the color is so off. I need to move it, and that's something to get done later on. But I am loving the alliums. I think that was a really good investment. These ones are the white ones called Mont Blanc, which should be opening up very soon. And the idea is we have the purple and the white ones. And of course, I love my little pansies. I always think they're so cheerful. The forget-me-nots have done really well this year. I have white forget-me-nots amongst the blue ones, and I need to find a way to create a colony of just pure white forget-me-nots. The cowslip is doing quite well. It's multiplied a lot more than last year, and that's a good thing. The one thing about the forget-me-nots though is they're only out for a few weeks, and then after that I will have to pull them out. This polemon, I moved it from the other section of the garden because it wasn't doing too well, and it seems to be thriving once I've moved it over here, which is a south-facing section of the garden. The flag irises are looking blousy and beautiful, despite the fact that we've got the scaffolding that is interfering with a lot of my gardening plants. I've also been very happy with the performance of this clematis. It's a Nelly Moser, and it has bloomed beautifully against the trellis. And I'm looking forward to just seeing it grow more. The flowers are bright and they're vibrant, and it is very happy in this location. And I also have this white bush here. I don't quite know what the name of this one is. It was in the garden when we moved into it, and it has these little beautiful bunches of flowers, but I do need to do some investigative work to find out what it is. But my favorite this season so far has been my Mademoiselle Alfred Carrier rose. This is the first year that it has really bloomed beautifully with these white, creamy, blousy blooms, and it is so beautiful and fragrant. And I am so excited because it actually grows bigger than this, and the idea is that it is going to cover over this whole wall. It flowers twice in the summer, so it starts off very early in the season, and then a second flowering in the summer, but it is just gorgeous. My Aquilegias are colonizing this section of the house, and I just love it. 3 years ago, there was nothing here. I let a few seeds that had spread and
We got
sprouted there.
everything,
I allowed
guys.
them to go, and here they are now with their bright purple just popping away. Over on the other side of the garden, I've got a giant papaver, which is a giant poppy plant. I have wanted this for so long and I am so happy. It is looking gorgeous. And I also have some clematis on my north facing wall, and this one is called Guernsey Cream, and it is a beautiful white clematis that does very well in a place that gets little sunshine. I had about 3 flowers last year, and this year it only did 2 flowers, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. And the hostas are gorgeous. I've had a good year this year. Slugs haven't gotten to them yet. And there's another lilac. I just love the lilac flowers so much. These are on the lilac tree, and this is on the west facing side of the garden. And so it's just these wonderful pom poms of purple. So, looking really very good. It's been an overly warm spring, so a lot of the plants are flowering a good 6 weeks earlier than usual. It will be interesting to see what flowers we'll actually have in midsummer at this rate. Thank you so much, friends, for walking through the garden with me. And until I see you next time, I wish you blue skies, health, and happiness. Bye.